Hello, how you doing? Welcome back to some more Football Manager 2023 and another part of I am the Journeyman and I come from down your way and I can play. What can you play? FM23. And we are going to be doing the season 10 transfer special today. We are going to be getting involved in plenty of transfer dealings, wheeler dealing. We've seen at the end of last episode that our budget isn't going to be great, so we are going to have to sell before we buy, and of course we need to create a squad that is going to be good enough to cope with the demands of the Premier League and the Champions League. It's going to be tough. Certainly one of our big priorities is going to be signing enough players to meet the English player quota in both the Champions League and Premier League to make sure that we can make the most of squad rotation. Now, that might mean spending time looking for players younger than 20 to try and integrate them into the team. But first things first, we've got our transfer review to do, so let's have a little look at that. I'll take away my ugly mug and let's have a look at the new arrivals, of which there were plenty. Signing of the season went to Andre Lunin, our goalkeeper from Real Madrid, for 8.25 million. He also won the Golden Glove last year. Brilliant performance from him, and he'll be really happy with that. Cesar Casadei, brilliant signing, £68 million. That might end up being overall 7.21 average rating, 6 assists and 3 goals. Absolutely brilliant. Next best was Edgar Navarro. We're bringing him in permanently. He came in on loan from Real Madrid. He's 24 years old, got 7 goals and 9 assists in 28 starts. Absolutely brilliant from Edgar Navarro. Manu Kone came in on a free transfer, 7 assists and a goal, a 7.10 average rating. He was awesome. Gerano Mizajin, 18.25 million. He is going to be an absolute superstar. He's only 23. Came in as our backup left back, very quickly became our first choice and took it from there. Francisco Jorge as well. We were very happy to bring him on loan, and he will be joining us in the summer permanently. 7 assists and 4 goals. A brilliant second half of the season from him. Marcus Mariano, again, a very good signing. £6 million. Had a couple of injury problems, but is a wonder kid and will be somebody that follows in the footsteps of Cesar Casadei as we go forward. Danny Damaso was all right. Quite a large fee for such an old player, but had a good season. 6 assists and 4 goals from him. Michael Robinson, again, a big fee from him. £43 million, but definitely worth it. Second half of the season, very, very solid. Jose Manuel Olmo as well. £40 million from Celtic. Will be a very, very important player as we go into the Champions League. Brandon Soppy, very happy with his transfer fee. He should be somebody that ends up playing a lot more football next season when we've got European football to think about. And I'm very, very happy with him. Same with Alvaro. Alvaro started his Leeds career brilliantly. Scored 5 goals very early on in the season, but lost out a little bit towards the end. Couldn't really score a goal for love nor money, which was a big shame. Same can be said about Hugo Ekitike. He's 28 years old. I think he'll probably be leaving in the summer. We did get him on a free transfer, so wasn't the worst deal for us. Peter Murray, potentially the worst signing of the season, did get a very good rating from the board, but for £71 million, you'd expect a lot more for your money. 5 goals, not enough from him, really. And Andrea Vujovic is our 19-year-old goalkeeping prospect. Brought him in for £5 million. Didn't play a game, but has been useful waiting in the wings. Season results then, of course, we finished third in the Premier League. You can see we had multiple spells of unbeaten runs, just a very, very consistent season, and that got us into the top 3 in the Premier League and qualifying for the Champions League next season. Moments to remember then, obviously that 8-0 victory over Manchester City. A match to remember was a 2-1 victory over Arsenal early in the year. That sort of set the tone for our giant-killing success. Goal of the season came from Kone against Middlesbrough in February. Right then, into the finances. We've increased our sponsorship from last season. Broadcast revenue is slightly down, as is corporate and hospitality. Competition prize money's gone up, and matchday commercial and retail has gone down, which is a bit of a shame. Vitinha getting the most shirts sold. Murray, Aronson, Kone and Casadei looking pretty good. This is how we lined up then in a 4-2-3-1 shape. We've got Santos at right back, Tiada, Aquino, Mizigin in defence, Casadei and Kone as the defensive midfielders, and Navarro, Aronson and Jorge start behind Vitinha up top with Lunin in goal. Here are the awards then. Fans Player of the Season, Vitinha. Young Player of the Year, Edgar Navarro. Signing of the Season, Lunin. Goal of the Season, Manu Kone. Vitinha with our top scorer with 29 goals. Edgar Navarro got the most assists with 9. Most player of the matches, Vitinha with 5. Casadei had a highest average rating of 7.2. And Arthur Tiata had the most passes completed per 90 minutes. Your hard work and effort paid off on the pitch, and such a feat didn't go unrewarded at our end of season awards ceremony. Leeds United looked sharp when they had to be in the middle of the season. Few will have expected this outcome, but they gave themselves a chance and have reaped the rewards. Everything is won and lost in the heart of every season, and that's been the case for Leeds United. So we could look at our dynamic manager timeline, but not particularly bothered by that. We have got the unbeatable goalkeeper. We hit 400 matches this year, and we did spend £207 million, or we passed the £251 million spending mark after January. Right then, let's have a little look. So we've got some players inducted into the overall 11. Presumably, who is it going to be? Arthur Tiata has gone in there. Let's have a look at Meslier. Somebody asked, where did he go on to? He went on to Barcelona after joining Bayern Munich a few years ago. Has been Barcelona's #1 goalkeeper for the last couple of years. Very, very good from him. But, you know, we've got Lunin now, and Meslier is a thing of the past. You can see Stojic is at Real Madrid. You've got Sergio Gomez at Inter Milan now. Chris Smalling is the manager of Millwall. Strakosha is at Ajax, and Tyler Adams at Leicester City. Roca is at Valencia. Okay then, let's keep going. Our social media following went up by 2.4 million last year, which is pretty awesome. We've got more fair weather fans, less hardcore and core fans, relatively. You can see our seasonal performance analysis. Casadei performing well above for creativity. We are performing well above in terms of attacking. Good to see. So let's have a look at expectations for next season then. They want to keep us going with the signing players under the age of 23 for the future, or for the first team. Signing players under the age of 20 for the future. Play defensively solid football. We're not going to be doing that. Entertaining football and high-tempo pressing football. They want us to work within the wage budgets and sign players to sell for a profit. Maximum 1-year contracts for people over the age of 32, 2 years for 30, minimum 4-year contracts for first-team players, and maximum 3-year contracts for players over the age of 28. Interesting. They want us to develop the best youth system in the country. I don't really know how you do that other than with staff appointments. They want us to be competitive in the Champions League and record a top-half Premier League finish. They've delayed the challenge for the EFL Cup until next season, and they still don't want us to qualify for the Champions League consistently. They understand that we're probably not going to do very well in those things. So we'll accept that. I think that's a fair enough vision. Let's go for our next season. We'll say finishing in the top half there. Happy with that. Enjoy your break. That's fine. Brilliant. Okay. Right, training camp destination. Let's go to America. USA. Perfect. Right, quick look at the squad planner and things that we're planning to do for next season. Yeah, I think this has worked now. So yeah, 3 goalkeepers would be maybe nice to have a 4th in there. Somebody English, probably. 3 right-backs we've got. I think maybe a good backup right-back could be good. We have got somebody coming in. Who was it again? On the ins. We have got somebody joining. So yeah, the guy that we've signed is Johnny Ballesteros, who is a striker from Colombia. He's 18 years old. We've managed to snap him up for 1.8 million. It's an absolute bargain. This guy looks amazing. He has been playing for Atletico Nacional the last few years. Scored 6 goals in 14 appearances so far this season. He will be joining us on the 9th of the 6th, 2031. Will be joining Atletico Nacional back on loan until the end of their season, but he does look very, very good. 2.5-star ability already, 4.5-star potential. He is only 18 years old and has already scored 2 goals for Colombia. It is just, yeah, a very, very good sign, I think. 17 finishing, 16 first touch, 16 composure. Very good pace. I just think he's going to be an absolute crackerjack of a signing. Of course, we've got Navarro and Jorge joining as well. But yes, wasn't a right back as I once thought. So yes, another right back will be necessary. I think centre back position we're pretty much sorted for. We've got very good options there. We've got Aquino as well, although he is wanted. Arthur Tiata has only a year left on his contract. He is unhappy about certain things and wants to review options at the end of his current contract, which expires at the end of next season. So, got to be a little bit careful with Tiata. Got to sort of decide: do we want to get 50 million for him this summer, or let him go for free next summer? That's kind of where we're at with Tiata now. But yeah, it's a tricky one, definitely. Left back position, of course, we got Soppy in there. We got Mizogen as well. Andrew Lyons is our own youth product, and fingers crossed he will play some more this season. Defensive mid, very, very stocked. Casadei, Ramadani, Kone, and Mayano in that position. We've still got Archie Gray knocking around, who can do a job as well. Right midfield, we've got Edgar Navarro, Nauf still in there, Ekiteka. Jorge, Alvaro and Namaso can all play in that position. Over on the left, you've got Jorge, Namaso, Nauf, Etiqueta and Navarro. And in behind the striker, you've got Aronson, Casadei, Mayano, Namaso, Jorge and Ramadani. And up top, we've got 4 strikers as it stands. Vitinha, Peter Murray, Alvaro and Nat Wallbank, who can all come in and do a little job for us. But overall, I think things are looking okay for the squad. Average age-wise, we're in a good position. Lunin, of course, in the peak of his career as a goalkeeper. Morgan Gibbs-White, we want to get rid of him as soon as possible. Vitinha, of course, is 31, but at the best he's ever been. And then Tiata, Namaso, Aronson and Kone are our 30-year-olds. There are a few, I think, that we could get rid of over the summer, the likes of Ekatika. Soppy could go as well, and we could bring in some good replacements for those guys at this stage of their career, improve on them. But generally, I'm pretty happy. Expiry-wise, nobody's going out in the summer, but there are a few that could go out next summer. The likes include Thiago Santos, Vitinha, Lunin, Gibbs-White and Aronson. So I definitely want to open up contract talks with Lunin and Thiago Santos. Would be nice to get them on a little bit of a lower wage as well. But yeah, that's the plan for the summer. Bolster it up a little bit. It will have to probably be free transfers or sell them before we buy. We'll just have to wait and see. Okay, first signing going out, Hugo Ekitike, who, of course, we signed on a free transfer last year. Didn't really do a lot for us. He's going to West Ham for £30 million. Very, very happy about that. And we have got a couple of other outs on the way as well. It looks like Brendan Soppy might be going out. He's under a 30 million bid from 3 clubs. We did sign him for 34 million last year, but not that bothered really about the 4 million loss. We have got a very exciting signing potentially. We're in contract talks with him, and I'm hoping that he's going to come. Jeffrey Dethia. Wow. A 5-star player outright. He's a 22-year-old Belgian international attacking midfielder. He will slot into that spot, honestly, just brilliantly. We need this guy in our squad. Look at these attributes. Excellent passing, good technique, good first touch. He's an excellent all-round player. Very good technically, very good attacking. He's got good speed. This guy kind of doesn't have a weakness. He's scored 19 goals, 11 assists, 11 player of the matches for Anderlecht last year. He is something special, and I'm hoping that we can get that signing through. Southampton are also in the running for that transfer, but you can see some of the clubs that could potentially go in for him. But yeah, it's pretty big. We've got some good players in the running for this football club. Oh, I'm absolutely gutted. Absolutely gutted. Oh. Oh. He's joining Southampton. I mean, what a player they're getting. £36.5 million. I mean, that is a sickener. I mean, we were offering him so much more money as well than what Southampton are going to get him on. Oh. Oh, that is a sickener. Yeah, but that's where we're at as a club. You know, we're not at that worldwide reputation yet. Southampton are, because of their years in the Champions League. But how good would that have been? But yeah, he'll never become available again. But we'll keep our eye out for some more good players. Lots coming up on our scout reports, which is good. Well, our next summer signing of the window is about to arrive. His name is William Malman. He's a 24-year-old Brazilian attacking midfielder. And, wow, I think just incredible attributes. 16 dribbling, 16 first touch, 17 free kick taken, 18 long shots, 17 passing, 14 technique, 17 flair, 16 decisions. He's got good pace, natural fitness, stamina, good balance, good anticipation. This guy is going to be an absolute beast, and he has come in for £15.5 million from Palmeiras in Brazil. So we'll just continue that on. Looks like we've got another signing coming in as well. We'll send him on an intensive language course, but he is already a 3.5-star player, can be a 4-star player in the future, and will be a leading Premier League player in that aspect. He's probably not as good as Casadei in that position, but of course Casadei plays a little bit deeper in his role, but he is already better than Aronson and Jorge in that attacking midfield role, and I think we can be really happy about that. He can play on the right or the left as well, if we feel like we require it. Next signing is Luke Mbete, who is a 27-year-old centre-back. He is English, actually. or at least homegrown in England. We've managed to sign him for 9 million. I'll show you him in a second. Again, a very good player, I think, for the value. 3-star player. He's an important player in his prime, and is a good replacement for Emilio Lara, who left in January. 16 tackling, 17 positioning, good heading, good jumping reach, good natural fitness. Again, we'll just increase that sort of squad depth, if you like. Has been performing very, very well for Copenhagen over in Denmark. Is a Manchester City youth product, so definitely somebody that can and hopefully will be a very, very key player for us in that position. So I'm very happy with that signing. He comes straight in, and yeah, summer's going well so far. We have got a couple more transfer signings in the works. Let's hope that we get them. Well, we're almost immediately back, and this is a huge dilemma for me. Peter Murray, £75 million would be the offer from Tottenham. They're offering 20% profit from the next sale. It's a hell of a lot of money. It's a profit as well on what we've paid for him to Middlesbrough. Oh, this is a tough one, because he is a very, very good looking player. You know, he is somebody that should score a lot of goals at this level. But is he what we need, or do we spend that money elsewhere? I don't know. I think we have to stall on that offer. Yeah. Because Southampton are in for him as well. I mean, Southampton seem to be buying everybody. I don't know where Southampton are getting this money from. Have they managed? I mean, they have sold quite a lot of players, I guess. But yeah, they're pretty stocked, to say the least. Oh, I don't know. I would say, I'll leave it up to you guys, but kind of on my own here. Okay, next signing is another depth signing, really. We've brought in Burak Ins, who is coming in from Schalke. He's a 27-year-old Turkish attacking midfielder, so 2 brand new players in that position. Potentially, Brendan Aronson is somebody that we could look at moving on. He's 3.5-star ability. Again, looks brilliant. You know, good first touch, good free kick taking, good long shots, passing, technique, flair. In many ways, he looks even better than Malman. He's been playing well for Schalke over in the Bundesliga the last few years, was playing for Bayern Munich before that. Definitely somebody very, very good for the amount of money that we've got him for, 9.75 million. You can't really grumble at that. Well, this was a tough one to accept, but Ansgar now will be going to Barcelona for £48 million. It's a tough one, but he's 29 years old. I don't think he's going to get as much football as he has had the last couple of seasons. Only made 21 starts last season. Navarro's going to be our first choice there, and I think we can spend that £48 million, get a couple more players in, and be a stronger squad without him. Well, this could be a problem. Andre Lunin has got a torn hamstring. Our Golden Glove winner from last year, that is a huge blow to us going into the start of the season. I think we might have to go out and buy another goalkeeper, because although James Crouch is all right, I don't think he's going to be good enough to make the step off. We've got Vujovic, of course. He looks okay again, but he's not ready for first team football. So I think it's going to have to be James Crouch, unless we can bring in another goalkeeper. But yeah, that is a real disaster for us. Let's just have a little look. If we can split that to goalkeepers now, we can clear that search and just go for goalkeepers. Who can we go out there and get? I mean, there's Andre Onana. There's this guy, Chechu. He looks pretty decent. What about this guy? Ivan Zinovayev. £24 million this guy could be. It's very, very tough, isn't it? I mean, this Chechu guy looks probably the best of the lot. Let's ask the agent about the availability. He's very keen on joining. Okay. I mean, he's going to cost an arm and a leg, but this guy looks insane. He's a wonder kid as well. Right, let's see if we can get him on the Never Never. £15 million. We're going to just put our money where our mouth is. We weren't planning on putting anybody else between the sticks, but they want £60 million. Let's interact with the board. Yeah, 60 million just isn't going to cut it, is it? I don't think we've got anybody that can go out and get us some money. Yeah, I'm going to have to say bye to that deal. 60 million pounds, too much. I mean, there's Onana. You know, he's a solid goalkeeper. Very solid, in fact. And won't cost us much money. I know he's old, but at the very least, he gets us by. Oh my goodness, Inter apparently want that much money. Surely not. Surely not. For a 35-year-old goalkeeper? Nah, you're all right, mate. Nope. I'll have a good think about this one. Well, after a difficult summer, this is the team that we have put together for our first match against Newcastle United. James Crouch will start in goal for us at the start of the season. It's going to be very, very tough to keep Newcastle out with him in goal, but we'll give it our all. Then we've got Santos, Mbete, Tiara and Mizajin in defence. We need to get all those auto-sized. Then Casadei and Kone in the defensive midfield positions, with Navarro, Malman and Jorge starting behind. Peter Murray up top. We're giving Peter Murray the nod. He's had a good pre-season. He's been playing well for Ireland. I think he's due a good start to the season, fingers crossed. No more interest came in for him, no more bids, so I'm looking forward to him having a great season. Vitinha, of course, starting the air at the age of 31. We know that he's probably going to end up dropping a little bit in terms of ability this season, but we don't want to neglect him like we did at the start of last season, because potentially that cost us the title last year. You know, we need to get him into the squad early. But he's on the bench today, as is Mayano, Ramadani, Burak Ince, of course, our new signing. So lots and lots of players out there that, you know, we've got great faith in. And I do think we've got a lot of depth this year. I think it's going to be a bit of a transitional year because we haven't had a lot of money to spend. You know, I think the areas of the squad that needed strengthening, we haven't managed to do particularly. So it is going to be about using what we've got already. You know, it's a very young squad anyway, and fingers crossed we can have a good season. That's all we're looking for at the end of the day. But that is where we're going to leave it for this transfer special. We will be back tomorrow with two massive matches against Newcastle United and Chelsea in our first two matches of the new Premier League season. I'm interested to see how what's his face did. What's his name? Dedia. Oh, he only did a 7 average rating. Well, thank the Lord for that. This guy will forever be the one that got away. We had a chance of getting him, and it didn't quite work out. But anyway, if you've enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more Football Manager videos. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.